Olá a todos, estamos iniciando a transmissão da cobertura do evento da Apple de hoje, dia 22 de outubro, com a apresentação dos novos OS, novas novidades. Agora estamos aqui com um vídeo finalmente à sua disposição. Já vamos conferir o primeiro vídeo que a Apple tem a nos apresentar neste início de conferência. Vendo aí as primeiras imagens aqui diretamente dos estúdios do Portal PG, canal PG. A conferência da Apple, hoje é dia 22 de outubro, já temos Tim Cook, o atual CEO da Apple, agradecendo a todos pelos grandes aplausos.
Ele
fala que gosta muito realmente do vídeo e que eles trouxeram justamente a primeira vez na conferência de desenvolvedores em junho, que fala justamente dos valores da empresa. Reflete a forma única que a Apple pensa e cria os melhores produtos do mundo. Ele fala que está realmente animado em trazer para nós hoje algumas atualizações, começando com o iPhone. Ele fala justamente dos dois últimos novos designs que foram disponibilizados, o iPhone 5S e o 5C, focando principalmente nas cores. Agora ele vai dar um exemplo, por exemplo, da Time. Agora ele demonstra o iPhone 5S com um chipset justamente em 64 bits e com a função de Touch ID. Falando agora da demonstração do Wall Street Journal, que é justamente o melhor smartphone no mercado, de acordo com o Walt Mossberg. Agora ele confirma o valor de vendas, mais de 9 milhões de vendas já na primeira semana, pelo primeiro final de semana, sendo este o maior lançamento da Apple, maior lançamento de todos os iPhones até o momento. Agora nós vamos ver um vídeo de uma das lojas que vendem o produto das vendas de lançamento dos novos iPhones. Vamos conferir. Vimos aí justamente o vídeo de lançamento de uma das lojas a respeito dos novos iPhones, muita animação de vários indivíduos.
I know I can speak for everyone in Apple that when we see customer response like this, it makes all the hard work worthwhile.
Ele fala que justamente pode falar em nome de todos os funcionários da Apple, que ver as reações do público em relação aos lançamentos do iPhone faz valer a pena todo o trabalho que eles desempenharam para o desenvolvimento do aparelho. Mais uma exemplificação do New York Times, que fala que justamente foi um dos melhores trabalhos da Apple.
They love the bold new redesign and the stunning new features. We made the updates easy and quick to get, and just 5 days after launch, over 200 million devices
Eu falei com
were running
informação de mais
iOS
de
7.
200 milhões de aparelhos já atualizaram para o iOS 7. Eu falei mais de um recorde aí, que justamente que foi o software mais rápido de ser atualizado na história. Ele afirma que mais de 2/3 dos aparelhos já estão utilizando o iOS 7, os 64% que são demonstrados na tela.
It gives our users the latest software so they can enjoy the greatest features and the best possible experience. One of the great new features that shipped with iOS 7 was iTunes Radio. iTunes Radio is a fun and easy way to discover and explore new music. And it runs on iOS devices, but also in your Mac or PC through iTunes and even on your Apple TV. Artists love iTunes Radio. Justin Timberlake called it an amazing way to discover new music and
que é uma
debuted his
forma incrível
album
de
on
encontrar
iTunes Radio.
novas músicas.
Now, even more importantly, customers love it. We now have had
Fala que
over
não
20
só os produtores
million
gostaram, mas também
users listen in on iTunes Radio, and
os
this
consumidores
number
gostaram também.
continues to
Mais de
grow.
20 milhões de pessoas
And they've been
ouvindo
really
através do
active.
iTunes Radio.
They've listened to over 1 billion songs, and this is just in the US in the last month. It's absolutely fantastic. Next up, the App Store. The App Store continues to grow in size and scope. We now have over 1 million apps on the App Store, and our users have downloaded an astonishing 60 billion times. Now, this is staggering, and the App Store continues to be the best place for developers to be rewarded for their creativity. Developers have now earned over $13 billion. It's hard to imagine your life without these phenomenal apps. It's been an enormous sea change. Next up, the Mac. We have an amazing lineup of desktops and notebooks. And we've had one focus since the beginning, to build the best personal computers in the world, computers that people just love to use. And we've done that through a combination of incredible hardware and beautiful design, coupled with OS X, the world's most advanced desktop operating system, and apps like iWork and iLife, phenomenal apps for your productivity and creativity. And Macs just work seamlessly with all of your iOS devices with iCloud. And all of this comes together in this really delightful experience that our users just love. Now, our competition is different. They're confused. They chased after netbooks. Now they're trying to make PCs into tablets and tablets into PCs. Who knows what they will do next? Well, I can't answer that question, but what I can tell you is we have a very clear direction and a very ambitious goal. We still believe deeply in this category, and we're not slowing down on our innovation. We've been really hard at work on the Mac, and we've got some exciting new products to share with you this morning. To start things off, we'd like to start with OS X, and to do so, I'd like to invite Craig Federighi to the stage. Craig?
Thank you, Tim. Well, good morning. Well, let's talk about OS X. So the team has been hard at work on the latest release of OS X, our 10th release in the history of OS X, and this one is a doozy. We really focused on three major areas in OS X. Some core technologies to fundamentally accelerate the performance of your Mac, some features that smooth the Mac experience, and some great new apps. Now, one of our biggest missions with Mavericks was to fundamentally upgrade your hardware, to get more charge out of your battery, to get more out of your memory, and higher performance out of your GPU. Now, while we considered going door to door with a bag of parts, and we would have loved to meet you, we're software guys and actually kind of shy, so we decided to do it with some code. And we started with power efficiency and made changes deep and broad across the systems, and the result is outstanding. Now, of course, battery life varies by the model that you choose, but even if you take our 13-inch MacBook Air, the latest, which just has fantastic battery life, and all you do is install Mavericks, you'll get up to an hour longer web browsing on a single charge and up to an hour and a half longer watching iTunes video. It's really fantastic. We've also made big improvements with memory. Now, Mac users love to push their systems to the limit, and that's great as long as you have enough memory. But when you start to exhaust the system's free memory, things can slow down. And that's where a new Mavericks feature called compressed memory comes in. With compressed memory, Mavericks can actually compress almost instantaneously inactive parts of your contents of memory, making space for new allocations. This allows us to fit 6 gigs of data in just 4 gigs of system RAM. And what this means is you can run more applications and never slow down. Next, graphics. We've made enhancements to the graphics system system-wide, and we focus particularly on integrated graphics. Now, some of our latest Macs include high-performance integrated graphics, where the CPU is combined on the same die with the GPU and sharing the same system memory. Now, in the past, OS X allocated a static amount of memory set aside for graphics, but Mavericks is much smarter. If you're running a task that needs lots of memory but doesn't need much graphics, Mavericks can allocate just a little bit to graphics. But if you're doing something graphics intensive, like playing many streams of high-resolution video, Mavericks can give the graphics subsystem everything it needs. And what this means is high performance no matter what you're doing. Finally, we brought OpenCL to integrated graphics. Now, OpenCL takes compute-oriented tasks that would normally run on the CPU and instead takes advantage of the massive parallel compute power of the GPU to make them run much faster. And we see in benchmarks results of up to 1.8x acceleration for these tasks, and sometimes 2x and higher for image processing tasks. It's really fantastic. Now, of course, Mavericks has many great enhancements for your Mac user experience as well.
Estamos tendo aí justamente a demonstração do novo OS X Mavericks. Estou falando aí justamente do Safari nesse momento, do Twitter, que está justamente integrado com o sistema. Temos aí justamente as notificações. Tudo isso já foi apresentado na conferência de desenvolvedores, justamente responder diretamente das notificações.
And we made big improvements to our handling for multiple displays, so you can take an app full screen on any display and get at your dock and menu bar just like it's your primary display, no matter which display you're using. We've also brought some great new apps to the Mac as well.
Retoma justamente o que foi falado já na conferência de desenvolvedores dos mapas, falou também justamente dos múltiplos monitores.
Turn by driving directions, and Flyover looks great on your big Mac display. We've also brought iBooks to the Mac. You have your whole book library there and your iBooks textbooks as well. But of course, the best way to appreciate and experience Mavericks is with a demo, and I'd like to give one to you right now.
E falou justamente que a melhor forma de demonstrar de ver o que realmente é possível fazer com Mavericks, justamente com uma demonstração, que nós vamos ver aqui justamente agora.
No equal when it comes to a tool for getting projects done, I'm going to work on a project right here and open up
justamente
Pages
de projetos,
and open up a
vamos mostrar ali
document
justamente
for
um
a mission
documento,
to
uma
Mars.
página.
And what's really great now in Mavericks is I also have access right here on my Mac to iBooks. So I have my book library here. I can open one of my books. This is a textbook on Mars. Of course, you see these beautiful interactive textbooks. I can just use multi-touch gestures to move between the pages of a chapter.
Fazer o seu projeto juntamente que você vai acompanhando e lendo o
livro. Of course, there are these great interactives. There's a video here I can play.
Eu falo justamente que é bem interativo. Temos até um vídeo aí para demonstração.
It's really, really nice. It's a great way to learn, but it's also a great way
to work. É justamente uma ótima forma de aprender, mas também uma ótima forma de se trabalhar.
A report that I'm writing as a citation, you can just click, drag that quote right into my document, just like that.
E jogar diretamente no documento, algo que já vemos basicamente em todos os OS.
So you see here I have the contents of my documents folder. There's a lot in here, but I've been able to categorize them by topic with tags. So if I want to see all my content related to Mars, I can just access it right here. So I'll drag an image out that I want to add to my document, just like this. That looks pretty good. And tagging your own documents really easy as well. I can just click here on the title bar and add a tag. So you can see I can select from any tags I've already created, like Mars. And I can also tag a single document with multiple tags. So this one also has to do with school. I'll tag it just like that. And you'll notice it appears here under Mars as well as under school. Now, Mavericks is also really great for keeping track of what's going on even when I'm working. So for instance, if a notification comes in, like this, let's see. Oh, yep. I can actually respond right here to my wife. Let's see. Okay, well,
brinca justamente da camisa dele aberta, justamente a esposa dele brincando com ele.
So you can just respond right there.
Demonstra justamente que você pode responder diretamente das notificações. Algo muito conveniente.
Now, we support a new kind of notifications in Mavericks as well, which is website notifications. If I've signed up for a particular site, I can see a notification like this. Here we see Major League Baseball sent me a notification.
Temos ali justamente a liga de beisebol americano. Ele demonstra uma notificação de uma notícia, mostrando o placar. Clicando, ele vai diretamente ali para demonstrar todas as informações. Agora temos ali uma promoção é uma promoção do site da Guild, também através justamente da notificação informado, como se fosse justamente mais ou menos um RSS aplicando ali as novas notícias através das notificações. Devemos ver que também ele não mostrou como que isso vai funcionar na prática, né? A aplicação dos sites para ter essa opção de notificações que serão aprovadas anteriormente.
But you don't have my security code, I have to enter that in manually for extra security. Now, while we're here in
demonstra justamente o cartão de crédito dele salvo, que a única coisa que não pode ser salva ali é justamente o código de segurança para não ter problemas. Agora mostra justamente uma demonstração de um artigo. Mostra justamente do novo campus da Apple, que vai ser em formato oval. E alguns estão brincando que justamente parece uma espaçonave, até brinca com isso.
And we have a great new reader view as well.
O site do Wired, e mostra justamente a visão de modo leitura disponível diretamente do Safari. Ele vai demonstrando aí como aplicado, como é justamente continuamente a integração do leitor justamente no Safari.
As you can imagine, this is about a good time for another notification.
Agora ele vai demonstrar outra notificação.
Who's just in town, and she wants to apparently meet at Cobertura.
Através de e-mail,
now, with data detectors, I can actually just click on this and get a view right of the time and appointment. But what's great is when I go into our great new calendar app, you notice it's also extracted the location. It's even shown me a map of that location and the weather expected for that time. And because calendar is completely location aware, it also knows where my previous appointment is, and it can actually let me know how long it'll take to travel from one spot to the other. I can drive or walk, and it looks like it's going to be a nice day, so I'll go ahead and walk. You notice it marks out the travel time right here on my calendar, and I can ask to be alerted on my phone and computer.
Você pode comparar quanto tempo você vai ser necessário para chegar em um dos dois. É claro que eu exagerei um pouco, mas dentro da cidade também é possível um compromisso para o outro.
Zoom, I can pan the map
Agora ele mostra o novo mapas da Apple,
have,
que recebeu algumas reclamações de ser incompleta. Agora ele está mostrando que é bastante completo, que tem várias opções. Ele mostra justamente a visão em 3D da cidade, a aplicação de todas as informações.
And when I'm ready to go, I can just go right up here to the share menu and send it to my iPhone, where it appears on my lock screen. I can swipe
Agora ele
right
mostra
in the
que
turn-by-turn
pode mandar diretamente para o seu iPhone para você poder acompanhar por lá. E essa foi justamente uma rápida demonstração do novo OS X Mavericks.
So that's Mavericks. It's a fantastic release that extends your battery life, gets more out of your memory,
lançamento extraordinário, que aumenta o tempo de bateria, novas ferramentas e alguns aplicativos muito legais e divertidos.
What's most important to us is seeing the software in the hands of as many Mac users as possible.
Ele fala que eles querem chegar no máximo de dispositivos iOS possível.
And the kind of robust security that's only possible through deep infrastructural enhancements. And so in the last several years, we've been on a mission.
Profunda dos
re-engineered our development process
so we can put out
regular major releases that renew your Mac all the time.
Ele fala que sempre tem uma nova forma de atualização que reinventa a sua forma de utilizar o seu Mac. Ele fala que agora vamos revolucionar o preço. Ele dá o exemplo do Windows 8 Pro de atualização, que é de $199. Ele fala que justamente eles não vão se importar mais disso. Nós vamos começar uma nova era para o Mac. Agora ele fala que o Mavericks é de graça para todos que querem utilizá-lo. Um direcionamento perfeitamente alinhado com a Microsoft e seus quase $200 no Windows 8.
Free is good.
Ele até brinca que de graça é bom.
So we're doing free in not a small way. Whether you have our latest release Mountain Lion, or even if you never upgraded and you're still running Lion,
ele fala que mesmo se você nunca atualizou desde o Snow Leopard, você pode atualizar. Você pode atualizar gratuitamente em apenas uma atualização diretamente para o Mavericks. Agora ele mostra justamente a ideia de que eles querem atualizar para o máximo de dispositivos Macs possível. Desde 2007 você pode atualizar para o Mavericks atual. Ele relembra novamente que é disponível de graça. E já está disponível a partir de hoje.
Thank you very much. I'd like to hand it over now to Phil to tell you a little bit about the MacBook.
Agora ele vai voltar para o Phil para falar um pouco justamente dos MacBooks.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Desejo bom dia a todos.
The MacBook lineup is the best lineup of notebooks we have ever had. As you know, this summer at our developer conference, we introduced an entire new generation of MacBook Air.
Na conferência de desenvolvedores, onde eles apresentaram alguns novos, incríveis MacBooks atualizados. Falou que os consumidores se apaixonaram bastante pelos produtos.
The 13-inch MacBook Air is as close to perfection as a consumer
demonstração ali da Wired, da revista Wired, justamente falando do que o MacBook dos 13 polegadas é incrível. A Stuff fala que é o melhor laptop, melhor feito de todos os tempos. Várias citações que eles utilizaram de revistas e sites de tecnologia importantes como a Wired. Ele fala que o MacBook Pro, como vocês sabem, é o primeiro dispositivo com uma tela retina.
And now we've brought out both a 13-inch and a 15-inch Retina display MacBook Pro.
Ele fala que está trazendo de 13 polegadas e para o de 15 polegadas as telas de retina.
MacBook Pro. It is an incredible machine, and now it is even lighter, under 3.5 pounds, just 3.46 pounds.
Lembra que é mais leve ainda, apenas 3.46 pounds, tem 0.71 inch de finura.
Beautiful and thin and light, and it's incredibly fast too. The new 13-inch MacBook Pro is powered by an Intel Haswell chip. This is the 4th generation
Já informa o processador, que justamente é o de 4ª geração Intel Haswell. E fala da parte gráfica, que integra Intel Iris. Informa que é 90% mais rápido do que a geração anterior em gráficos, como ele cita agora. E ainda tem também mais de 9 horas de bateria a mais. Ele fala que isso é de atividade, lendo, vendo filmes. Ele brinca que você pode ver a trilogia do Batman diretamente com essa bateria, sem ter que se preocupar em colocar numa fonte de carregamento.
It's faster too in terms of the flash storage. PCIe-based flash, that's 60% faster than the previous
generation. Fala justamente do flash PCIe, que é muito mais rápido que o anterior. A atualização do sistema wireless para 802.11, que é 3 vezes mais rápido que o 11, desculpa, de 12 para 11. E a nova atualização do Thunderbolt para 2, que é 2 vezes mais rápido que a primeira versão do Thunderbolt.
MacBook Pro that's running Mavericks.
Ele lembra que esses novos MacBooks estarão com a opção diretamente de fábrica com o OS Mavericks. Já informa o preço diretamente, 13 polegadas, $1.499. Anterior, agora será $1.299, $200 a menos que a geração anterior.
That's for a configuration with a 13-inch Retina display, 2.4 gigahertz dual-core i5, 4 gigs of memory, Iris graphics, and 128 gigabyte of storage. And best of all, it starts shipping today.
Ele confirma que vai começar a partir de hoje a disponibilização do MacBook de 13 polegadas. Agora vamos para o de 15 polegadas.
This all-new generation MacBook Pro is powered by an Intel Crystalwell chip.
Temos aí a 4ª geração do Intel Crystalwell, que é mais potente que o Haswell. Também os gráficos é da Iris, também da Intel, mas dessa vez Iris Pro. E os gráficos da NVIDIA, uma surpresa de GeForce GT 750M. O dobro de memória, eles atualizaram justamente o gráfico também, em relação ao anterior, com mais de 8 horas de bateria. Também temos o PCI e também a atualização do wireless. Como no 13 de polegadas, temos também o Thunderbolt 2. A geração anterior iniciava com $2.200. Agora nós temos um novo preço de $1.999. Grandes aplausos pelo preço reduzido de $200 também. Reforça as configurações. Retina Display, Quad-Core i7 de 2.0 GHz, 8 GB de RAM, Iris Pro Graphics e 256 GB de SSD. Ele reforça que também será disponível a partir de hoje.
As you know, we work really hard to make all of our products environmentally friendly, and these are both as well.
Algo que eles já falaram durante a conferência do iPhone, eles se preocupam com o meio ambiente, garantindo que tenham todos os padrões para o checklist de desenvolvimento preocupado com o meio ambiente. Agora temos a demonstração dos preços do MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, e todos os preços, começando a partir de $999. Ele fala que é a melhor linha que eles já tiveram durante todos os tempos. Ele fala que são as notícias do MacBook para hoje. Grandes aplausos para o Phil. A seguir, ele gostaria de falar do Mac Pro. Não o MacBook, o Mac Pro. que teve aquela forma cilindro, né, que nós vimos na conferência de desenvolvedores. Alguns ficaram impressionados com o novo design, a forma como ele é apresentado. Fala que só tem uma saída de ar, anteriormente nós tivemos 8. Ele fala que é um grande poder em relação à geração anterior, é 1/8 do tamanho do anterior. Ele fala que é o futuro dos desktops profissionais. Hoje, ele quer falar um pouco mais sobre isso. Fala que é o processador mais rápido que já foi colocado em um Mac, o Intel Xeon i5 de 4, 6, 8 ou até 12 núcleos, mais de 30 MB de cache L3 e temos mais de 40 linhas de PCI Express. Ele fala da memória, que nós temos uma DDR3 com velocidade de clock de 1866, com 4 canais, mais de 60 GB de transferência de dados. Ele fala de uma nova forma em gráficos. Nós temos duas estações gráficas equipados com AMD FirePro, os gráficos, gerando todas as informações de mais de 12 GB de GDDR5 e a transferência de mais de 528 GB, mais de 7 teraflops de poder computador. Ele fala justamente do espaço dentro dele. Nós temos a próxima geração de flash, que não há nenhum mais rápido que isso no momento, que é mais de 10 vezes mais rápido que um disco rígido anterior. Mais de 1 GB de leitura por segundo e 1 GB de escrita. Você pode expandir também com o Thunderbolt 2, mais de 6 dispositivos por porta. Ele falou justamente da ligação dos dispositivos, como eu disse, mais de 6 dispositivos. Agora nós temos a demonstração de mais de 3 monitores com resolução 4K, configurado automaticamente e com a versão HDMI 1.4, reforçando que é possível utilizar televisões 4K na nova geração de vídeo do MacPro.
Expansion, it has a really cool feature. When you move it, there's a motion controller, and the I/O illuminates to show your way. And there's a lot of great I/O. Dual audio out, 4 USB 3, 6 Thunderbolt 2, dual gigabit Ethernet, 4
entradas
HDMI.
Desculpe, 6 entradas de Thunderbolt 2, temos o Bluetooth da nova geração 4, sensores de movimento, HDMI, a parte de energia.
And we built this so that they can do things that we can't imagine. And we've been dying to get a few of them and really look at it and their hands on it.
Ele fala que estavam totalmente animados de colocar na mão dos produtores esse dispositivo para ver o que eles conseguiriam fazer com isso.
Of Final Cut Pro 10 designed to take advantage of this new Mac Pro. We put one in the hands of Dean Devlin, filmmaker. You may know of him from Independence Day, The Patriot, and Leverage.
Temos aí Dean Devlin, que teve em mãos o Mac Pro, criador do Independence Day. Ele fala que a edição de vídeo em 4K com o Mac Pro se torna uma realidade.
A new version of Aperture designed to take advantage of the throughput of this incredible Mac Pro.
Para fotografia, temos outro exemplo da Sports Illustrated, Lucas Gilman, o fotógrafo, e também da National Geographic. Ele fala que o novo Mac Pro corta o tempo de edição. dando mais tempo para ele estar justamente em campo, tirando as fotos. Temos o produtor de música, Stuart Price, da Lady Gaga, Madonna e do The Killers. Ele diz que o Mac Pro é muito rápido e impressionantemente silencioso. Ele fala que é o computador perfeito para um estúdio de gravação. We can't wait to get this in the hands of more customers so they can show us what they can do with it. So the new Mac Pro will cost
Agora vai falar o preço,
$2.999. Temos, esse é o mais básico, temos modelos mais altos. Esse é o modelo de início, que o quad-core Xeon, 12 GB de RAM, 2 gráficos FirePro da AMD de D300 e 256 GB de SSD. Disponível em dezembro. E ele reforça que como todos os produtos, é amigável ao meio ambiente. Ele brinca que é tão reciclável que se você não quiser, tem alguém louco para ter. 70% menos de energia gasta em relação ao último Mac Pro. Ele fala que quando ele está em modo ausente, gasta muito menos energia do que o Mac Pro anterior. Barulho também, reduziu mais da metade também. Ele é quase silencioso quanto o Mac Mini, bem próximo ali. Ele fala que é a nova geração para os desktops. Ele fala que foi desenvolvido pela incrível time da Apple na Califórnia.
Over 2,000 people spread across 20 states helping us to prepare to build this incredible new machine. And it's built with technologies and processes unlike anything we've ever done. We've created a brief video to give you a peek inside what it's like to create the new Mac Pro.
Agora vamos ver um vídeo justamente que ele vai falar sobre um pouco do que é ter um Mac.
At Apple, manufacturing and design are inextricably linked. To make a product as advanced as the Mac Pro, we had to pioneer entirely new processes. The end result is a computer unlike any we've ever built. It's pretty amazing to see it all come together.
So that's the new Mac Pro, and that's our news today for Mac hardware, the all-new generation MacBook Pro, and the upcoming Mac Pro. Next, I'd like to turn it over to Eddie Q.
Thanks, Phil. It's great to be here this morning to talk about apps. Our apps teams have been busy updating both our creativity and productivity apps, and these are the biggest updates ever. So let's get started with iLife. This is the amazing apps that let you do great things with your movies, your music, and your photos. And we've got brand new versions of iPhoto, iMovie, and GarageBand, all redesigned to take advantage of iOS 7. And we've got brand new versions for the Mac, designed to harness the power of Mavericks. They're all 64-bit, so you get fast performance, and of course they're integrated with iCloud. Now we don't have time to go through all of the new features, but I want to highlight just a few. Let's take a look at iPhoto. Browsing your photos has never been faster or smoother than now, thanks to 64 bits. And if you've got iOS, iPhoto has got a brand new look. It's clean, it's beautiful, it's a great way to enjoy your favorite photos and albums. Now, photo books have been hugely popular, but they've only been available on the Mac. Well, now we're bringing it to iPad. And with iPhoto, it lays out your book, and with multi-touch, you can easily move your photos around or change the pages to make them look exactly like you want. It then uploads it to Apple, we print it, and we send you a beautiful coffee table book right to your home, and all of this right on your iPad. So a great update to iPhoto for both Mac and iOS. And we've got an amazing new version of iMovie with a ton of cool new features. We've completely redesigned it, make it cleaner, simpler for iOS 7, making it easy to browse and share your videos with your family and friends. You don't need to create a project, you don't need to edit, you can just select and tap share. But of course, iMovie lets you take your videos and create incredible movies. And we are bringing desktop class effects that let you speed up or change the speed of the video to picture-in-picture, all on an iPhone or an iPad. On the Mac, we have a new design. Makes it even better to browse your library and share your favorite moments. And of course, it's really easy to speed up or slow the video, which is great for the high frame rate video that you capture on your iPhone 5S. We've got a new cool feature called iMovie Theater. And this is like having a private screening room right in iMovie. It takes all of your movies, your trailers, and your shared clips and puts them in a single place for you to see. And because it's integrated with iCloud, when you create a movie on your iPhone, it's automatically available across all of your devices. And of course, even on Apple TV. Next, GarageBand. This is the most popular music creation app in the world. And like iPhoto and iMovie, it's getting an all-new look for iOS 7. We're going from 8 tracks to 16 tracks. And if you have a 64-bit device, you can now do up to 32 tracks of music. So 32 tracks on an iPhone or iPad, it's incredible. Your favorite album was probably created in 24 tracks. On the Mac, we've got a new look, new design, and a new sound library that gives something for everyone, whether you play the keyboard or need a killer guitar amp. But there's one cool feature that I'd like to show you right now, and I'd like to bring up Xander Zorin up to show you.
Thanks, Eddie. Good morning, everyone. I'm just thrilled to be able to show you the brand new GarageBand. Now, thanks to iCloud support, you can start a song on your Mac or even your iPhone or iPad, and you'll always have access to the latest version. So here we have a little song idea, and it's built around a guitar riff. Why don't we open it up from iCloud, and let's give it a listen. Okay, I think that has some promise. What would make it a lot more exciting is some killer drums. Now, there's a great feature in GarageBand called Drummer, and it gives you a virtual session player that will play along with your songs, but takes your direction. And it's really fun, really easy to use. To use Drummer, you just go and create a new track, and in addition to all the options you've had before in GarageBand, like your software instruments, audio recordings, guitar amps. Now you can create a drummer track. And when I do that, it starts me off with Kyle, along with a set of these performance controls that's going to let me tell and shape Kyle what I want him to play. So the next time I hit the space bar, Kyle's going to start jamming along with the song until I tell him to do something different. So let's check this out. So that's a little tame. Why don't we grab this puck here and increase the energy and complexity. Okay, that's more like it. And we can change the drum that he plays on. We can have him go to the toms, or have him hit the crash cymbals. We can even crank up the fills for a really big finish. Okay, that's more rock and roll. Sounds way better. All right. So you probably noticed it sounds incredibly realistic because Drummer is powered by performances of some of the best session players in the world. So these are the same musicians that play with artists like Eric Clapton, Paul McCartney, and Adele. And if you ever want a different sound or a different style, you can just try out a different drummer. Now, every new Mac comes with GarageBand and a great set of starter content, including Kyle. And you can add 14 more drummers and a whole bunch of loops and instruments with a single in-app purchase. So what I'll do here is change to alternative, and you can see that we've got Nikki and Aiden. Let's check out Gavin and see what he brings to the song. Brings a whole different approach to the track. So you just play along until you find a drum groove that inspires you. So that's just a quick look at Drummer. It's one of the many new features in GarageBand, and musicians are going to love having these great drum grooves to play along with. Thank you.
Thanks, Xander. Thanks. That was awesome. I love GarageBand. So Drummer, just one of the hundreds of new features available in the new iLife. So amazing new versions for iOS, new versions for the Mac, and best of all, we're making them all free with the purchase of any new Mac or iOS device. And these updates are all available today. And that's iLife. We can't wait to see the amazing things that you're going to do with it. Now, our iWorks team has been hard at work at updating all of our productivity apps. Pages, Numbers, and Keynotes have all been redesigned to take full advantage of iOS 7. And on the Mac, we've completely rewritten them from the ground up. All brand new, the biggest updates of iWork ever. It's going to be great. The first thing is we've got full file compatibility. So now you can open a document on any of your devices or any of your platforms. Full file compatibility in iWork. And because it's 64-bit, it's never been faster. Now, you're also going to notice a brand new UI. And the best part of this is it's easier to do things while at the same time being more powerful. So let's take a look at Pages, for example. So I'm editing a document in Pages. The keyboard comes up. Now I get a new tool across the top that makes it easy for me to tap and just change the format of the text. On the Mac, we've got a new format panel on the right-hand side that's content sensitive. So it shows you the right tool based on what you're doing. So let's say, for example, I select some text. The panel on the side now lets me change the style, the font. If I change and select an image, the panel switches and now I can change the arrangement, change the border. What's great about this is we're not cluttering the screens with a lot of controls like you see in other apps. We let you focus on the content you're creating. Numbers. We reinvented spreadsheets with numbers, and they're getting even better. You can create gorgeous spreadsheets with our free object-based design. And of course, they can have beautiful charts. But what's great is these charts can now be interactive. So you can see how your expenses are changing on a quarter-by-quarter basis. So a great update to Numbers. Next, Keynote, the gold standard of presentation apps. And we've got some incredible new effects and animations. Some of you may have noticed some this morning because we've actually been running the new Keynote in this presentation. We've added object-based animations so that you can do things like this right on an iPhone or iPad. And all of the transitions have been updated with more realistic physics, and we've got new ones. They're great, and best of all, they're even fun. No one lets you do what you can do with Keynote in any other app. And there's one more feature that I'd like to show you, and I'd like to invite Roger Rosner up.
Thank you, Eddie. Good morning. Super excited to show you folks the new iWork. So imagine I've been working on a poster for Eddie's new album. I'm going to fire up Pages here. Open up this gorgeous poster. We're just getting started.
It gets better.
What I love about these apps, they are the most powerful iWork apps we've ever made, but they're also the easiest to use. So I can click on an object, and you see my format panel. It updates, and it gives me just the controls I need for that particular object. We also have styles now for every kind of object. So I can just click there, select some text, choose a style. Really easy to make my document look just the way I want. And of course, it wouldn't be Pages if it didn't have awesome image handling. So I'm just going to drag in an even better photo.
You know, Roger, I was going to wear that shirt today. Almost.
Another really great feature we have is we've made it super easy to share documents with people. So I can click the Share button here in the toolbar, and we see a new menu, Share Link via iCloud. And I'm going to choose to email. And what it's done is create an email message for me, and it's just put a link to that document right in the body. I'm going to send it here to Eddie. What's really cool is when Eddie gets that link, he can just click on it, and the document opens right up in iWork for iCloud Beta. He can do it on any computer, a Mac or a PC. He doesn't need Pages installed. He doesn't even need an iCloud account. It just opens right up. Super easy to share documents. But let me show you something super, super cool. I'm going to move over to Safari here. You know, we introduced these iWork for iCloud beta apps just a few months ago, and millions of people have tried them, and we've just gotten off the charts feedback about how great they are. The #1 piece of feedback we got in terms of feature requests was collaboration. So I am really proud to tell you today we are adding collaboration to iWork for iCloud. So I just opened the exact same document in Pages for iCloud, and here I have a Share button in the toolbar. It shows editing this document. Right now it's just me, but as soon as Eddie clicks that link I sent him, and there he is, now we're both editing the same document at exactly the same time.
I think we can definitely improve this, Roger. Let's go ahead and change the text. I want to go a little bit more modern here on my name, and we'll switch it down here also.
That's looking good, Eddie, but don't you think we ought to use your stage name?
No, Roger, you know, I have actually gone back to my 3rd grade stage name. And let's go ahead. I've got this killer album, and I'm going to go ahead and name it.
All right, well, I have an even better photo than on my computer here, and I'm just going to drag it in from the Finder. I'm going to move this text object up out of the way. What do you think?
That's awesome.
Thank you. That's the new iWork and the new iWork for iCloud. Thank you very much.
Wow is all I can say. Collaboration, just one of the hundreds of new features available in the new iLife. So now you can create your document on your iPad, edit it on your Mac, and even collaborate with a friend who's stuck on a PC. Now, others would have you spend a small fortune every year just to get their apps. But we want to do something bold, something that changes the rules of the game, and you know what's coming. We're taking all of these productivity apps and making them available for free with the purchase of Mac and iOS. And of course, you can download them today. So brand new versions of iLife, brand new versions of iWork, the biggest updates ever and all free. And they're joining the more than 20 Apple apps being updated today for both Mac and iOS. So I hope you can see why today is the biggest day ever for apps. Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie. I can't wait to hear the new album. These are really incredibly rich apps, and we've only scratched the surface at what you can do with them. So I encourage you to check them out. And now they're all free with Mac, iPad, or iPhone. Now, when you combine this announcement with the announcement that Craig made earlier, that OS X upgrades are free, we are turning the industry on its ear. But this is not why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want our customers to have our latest software and access to the greatest new features. And we think all of our customers, from consumers to educators to enterprise and small business, are going to love this new experience of owning a Mac or an iOS device. Next up, iPad. We launched iPad 3.5 years ago with a very clear goal and a very ambitious objective. We called iPad our most advanced technology and a magical and revolutionary device. But not everyone saw it this way. Some didn't see the need for it. Still others didn't think it could compete with a netbook. Who remembers netbooks? Still others doubted it would have any impact on the industry at all. But we really believed in our vision. And iPad has gone on to become one of the most successful products in Apple's history, and one of the most successful in the industry. And I'm pleased to tell you that earlier this month, we sold our 170 millionth iPad. This is an incredible number, and I can't think of another product that's come so far, so fast. Now everybody seems to be making a tablet. Even some of the doubters are now making them. But regardless of what you might hear or read about how many are bought or sold or activated, iPad is used more than any of the rest. And not just a little more, a lot more. iPad is used over 4 times more than all of those other tablets put together. And this is what is important to us. Because when you make a great product with a great experience, this is how you know it. People use it. And what's even more rewarding to us is that people love it. iPad is rated #1 in customer satisfaction and has been since the inception of the ratings. And the reason is because iPad combines into an incredible experience hardware and amazing software and intuitive services into an experience that no one else can match. And iPad has become a great platform for third-party developers. We now have over 475,000 apps on the App Store. And these have been custom designed for iPad not this stretched out smartphone app that our competitors are doing. No one else is close to this. But it's not about quantity, it's about quality. iPad offers amazing ways for you to be creative or productive or educated or entertained wherever you might go. So when you think about the combination of hardware, software, services in this incredible selection of apps, it's no wonder that iPad has had such a profound experience in such a short period of time. TechPinions called iPad the biggest shift of our generation. But what's most rewarding and inspiring to us is all of the amazing ways our customers are using their iPads. We designed iPad to be the best tool for the things that you do most often. But honestly, we could have never imagined all of the ways that our customers would be using them. To celebrate our customers' creativity and genius of using their iPads, we prepared a short video that I'd like to run for you this morning. It's really an amazing video, and each of those scenes has an amazing story behind it. We want to help our customers create even more amazing stories because we know that this is just the beginning for iPad. And so we've been busy working on the next generation of iPad. And to tell you all about it, I'd like to invite Phil back up on stage. Phil?
Thank you, Tim. iPad is delivering a new vision for mobile computing, unlike anything that has come before. And it all began with this amazing 9.7-inch multi-touch display and the incredible power it enabled for software. The ability to hold the internet in your hands as you surf the web and do your email and make FaceTime calls. And over just 3.5 years, the team has been on a relentless path, every year updating it with newer and better versions, each delivering further on this incredible vision of mobile computing. It's quite remarkable what they've done. And today we think we have the biggest step yet in delivering the vision that is iPad. And would really love to show it to you right now. generation iPad. Thinner, lighter, more powerful than ever before, and incredibly, excitingly new in so many ways that it deserves a new name. We call it iPad Air. And it begins with that beautiful 9.7-inch Retina display. And as you look closer, you see that the bezel around it is smaller than ever, dramatically so. That's bringing the previous generation in next to it. You can see the bezel is 43% thinner than the previous version, making it more comfortable to hold in your hand. When you look at it from the side, you see how amazingly thin it is. Again, let's bring in the previous generation next to it. It's dramatically thinner, just 7.5 millimeters thin. That's 20% thinner across the entire device. Now, to make an iPad this thin took a huge amount of work over years. The team has just been remarkable in finding every tenth and every hundredth of a millimeter from every level of the system, from the bezel to the multi-touch surface to the display and battery and enclosure, shaving every hundredth of a millimeter. And the benefits are not only making it thin, but lighter too. The previous iPad weighed 1.4 pounds. The new iPad Air weighs just 1 pound. That makes it the lightest full-size tablet in the world. The smaller bezel, lighter feel, when you hold it, it will be a dramatically different experience than the previous iPad. In fact, this happens every now and then. We have an Apple product that we introduce where all the words and pictures don't quite do justice to how amazing it is until the moment you pick it up the first time and feel it for yourself. And when you get to do that, you'll understand why we are so excited about this iPad Air. Now, what's inside is just as amazing as what's outside. As inside is the brand new Apple A7 chip that we just launched with the iPhone 5S. And it's blown everything away in performance. In fact, Gizmodo wrote, forget the specs, it blows everything away. And it does. It's a 64-bit desktop-class architecture in the palm of your hands. It's an amazing chip with over 1 billion transistors. We have also included the new M7 motion coprocessor as well. Now, this CPU performance is twice the previous generation. And the graphics performance is double as well. We've charted that performance over time. You can see from the original iPad, which started with a very fast chip to begin with, as you may recall, and now we're up to 8 times faster. Half of that performance coming now with iPad Air. And graphics performance, look at this increase. 72 times faster than the original iPad. Again, half of that coming with the new iPad Air. And you're going to feel that across so many of the things you use. Playing games, a 2-fold increase in the ability to do great 3D rendering. Professional applications where opening large files and doing complex operations can be up to twice as fast. This is a screaming fast iPad. It's faster at Wi-Fi too. For the first time, we use MIMO technology in an iPad. That gives multiple antennas, so you can get up to twice as fast 802.11n performance as before. We've also expanded the ability to have broadband wireless access in more places around the world with expanded LTE coverage with more and more carriers. And throughout the entire product is all the things that make a great iPad experience. A 5-megapixel iSight camera that also captures HD video. The new front-facing FaceTime camera with better low-light illumination. And for the first time, dual microphones for better audio capture, as well as Siri voice recognition. All this performance, this thinner and lighter design, and it still delivers amazing all-day 10-hour battery life that our customers love. The new iPad Air comes in silver and white, and space gray and black. And like all of our products, it's made incredibly environmentally friendly. The new iPad Air will replace our top-of-the-line full-size iPad. Start at the same, just $499 for 16-gig Wi-Fi config, and with cellular technology, $629. Now we have an iPad 2. It's available at $399. We're going to keep that there because there are a lot of customers that like getting access to a full-size iPad at just $399. So this is our full-size lineup. iPad 2 at $399, iPad Air at $499. iPad Air will start shipping very shortly, November 1st, in a huge list of countries around the world. You'll notice one country for the first time on our Wave 1 list, China, will get the new iPad Air with Wi-Fi right at the start with the rest of these countries. This is our probably biggest leap forward ever in a full-size iPad. We have a video to tell you a little bit more about it.
We're often faced with a paradox when we design, to make products smaller and lighter, while at the same time more powerful. The more we reduce a product's physical volume, the more difficult it becomes to increase its power and maintain its battery life. But if we can overcome these challenges, we can make something without compromising. iPad Air is just 7.5 millimeters thin and weighs only 1 pound. We actually started work on this product years ago, designing and engineering the primary technologies that would be necessary to make it. The new A7 chip is incredibly powerful and also very power efficient. Because of this efficiency, the battery could get smaller, yet critically without any loss in battery life. And of course, by reducing the battery size, the product became significantly lighter. We reduced the dimensions of the bezel. With less mass, the iPad Air still retains its structural rigidity. There's a simplicity to it, but there's nothing precious about it. This integrity, this durability, inspires confidence in a product that's meant to be taken places, handled, and really used.
With the iPad, we set out to redefine mobile computing. Up until now, 64-bit architecture was something you'd normally only find in desktop computers. The new, Apple-designed A7 chip brings 64-bit technology, all of its advanced computing and graphics, to this ultra-portable 1-pound device. But even with all of this added processing power, iPad Air still has an impressive 10-hour battery life. iPad Air is the first iOS device to support MIMO, or multiple in, multiple out. It actually delivers twice the data transfer rate as the previous generation. And there's support for more LTE bands than on any other tablet, because with a device this thin and powerful, you'll want to take it anywhere and always stay connected. We've also improved the FaceTime and iSight cameras, adding new processors and sensors, so you get much clearer, sharper images and video.
iOS 7 is essential to the iPad experience. It's at the core of everything you do with iPad Air. And we're now making iMovie, iPhoto, GarageBand, Keynote, Pages, and Numbers available for free. Because we believe that with these amazing apps on this amazing device, the possibilities of what you can create are limitless.
The iPad has always been a tool defined by the ways people actually use it. The iPad Air is so capable and powerful, and yet with its breakthrough size and weight, is the thinnest, lightest, and also the most advanced iPad we've ever built.
So this is the all-new generation iPad Air. Next, let's talk about iPad mini. iPad mini has been a big hit with customers because it delivers the complete iPad experience in an even smaller design, 7.9 inch. It lets you do all the things that you love to do with iPad. You surf the web, do your email, make FaceTime calls, read books, watch movies, and use all those hundreds of thousands of applications. Customers love the complete iPad experience the iPad mini delivers. And the one most requested feature to add to iPad mini is a beautiful Retina display. And that's what we're going to do today. It's a 7.9 inch Retina display That's 2048 by 1536 pixels, the same number of pixels as an iPad Air, so it runs all the same software. When you use it for everything you do, from looking at photos, where the pixels are so small that you can't see the individual ones at a normal distance, or text, as sharp as the finest printed newspaper or magazine. The experience is just amazing. And the new iPad mini with Retina display is also powered by this brand new A7 chip with its 64-bit architecture. This delivers a huge jump in performance for iPad mini, up to 4 times faster at CPU tasks, and up to 8 times faster at graphics tasks. You're going to feel performance across everything you do that's so fast, and still that great all-day 10-hour battery life. The iPad mini with Retina display also gets the new 2 times faster Wi-Fi with MIMO antennas. It gets the expanded LTE support for more carriers around the world. It has everything you love about iPad, a 5-megapixel iSight camera, the new FaceTime HD camera. It comes in silver and white, and space gray and black. And the new iPad mini with Retina display will be priced at just $399. That's for 16 gigs with Wi-Fi and $529 with cellular technology. It'll be available later in November. And we're going to keep the original iPad mini in the line as well, because as you know, it starts at just $329 with MIMO antennas. But what we're going to do is at the same time lower the price of that iPad mini to just $299. So that's the lowest price yet for an iPad, giving you a full iPad experience for under $300. And so here's what our lineup will look like going into the holidays. You'll have iPad mini starting at $299, iPad mini with Retina display at $399, a full-size iPad 2 at $399, and the brand new iPad Air at $499. Just an incredible lineup, unlike anyone else has in the industry, something amazing at every price point. Now, in addition to that, customers love protecting their iPad with covers and cases. So we have new ones of those too. We have a brand new iPad cover made of polyurethane. It works for both the iPad mini and the new iPad Air. It comes in these beautiful colors for just $39 each. And there's the iPad case that protects the front and the back with a beautiful leather case in these amazing colors. It's $79 on iPad Air and just $69 for iPad mini. And both the cover and the case come in gorgeous product red versions as well. So that is the new iPad mini with its Retina display and the all-new generation iPad Air. Now let me turn it back to Tim.
Thanks, Phil. It's been an incredible period for innovation and new products. Just in the last few weeks, we've had our largest iPhone launch ever with the colorful iPhone 5C and the forward-thinking iPhone 5S. These are the best smartphones on the market. And we launched iOS 7, the biggest change to iOS since the original iPhone, with its bold new design and great new features. And just today, the new MacBook Pros with stunning Retina displays and incredible battery performance. And the Mac Pro, jaw-dropping, radical. It's the most powerful Mac we've ever shipped and the future of our Pro desktop. And of course, all of our Macs have run with OS X Mavericks, the most advanced desktop operating system. We also announced new versions of iWork and iLife for both OS X and iOS. And we couldn't be prouder of both new iPads. The iPad mini with Retina display and the incredible thin and light iPad Air. We're so excited about the new iPads that we've made a cool new ad that I'd like to run for you now on the iPad Air.
It's an extremely simple tool, but also extremely powerful. It can be used to start a poem or finish a symphony. It has transformed the way we work, learn, create, share. It's used to illustrate things, solve things, and think of new things. It's used by scientists and artists, scholars and students. It's been to classrooms, boardrooms, expeditions, even to space. And we can't wait to see where you'll take it next. Introducing the thinner, lighter, more powerful iPad Air.
These amazing products are great examples of the type of innovation that only Apple could deliver. This is what we mean by designed by Apple in California. Other companies would be incredibly proud to just have one of these products. But we couldn't be more pleased to be able to present all of them to you in time for the holidays. I'd like to thank all of the people at Apple that worked so hard in bringing all of these products to life. It's a privilege of a lifetime to work alongside of all of these folks. We have a hands-on area for the press, and I would encourage you to get your hands on these products. They're fabulous. Thank you for joining us.